So the Pakenham Maple Run Tour is coming April 7th and 8th, and he and his amazing brewery are taking part. It's Rieux joining us right now, owner, brewmaster, Cartwright Springs Brewery. Good to have you back in the program. I guess a year ago you were on here talking about this amazing Maple Run Tour.
Yes, I was.
You're back with some amazing treats we're going to be sampling here as well. How long has the Cartwright Springs Brewery been open at this point?
We've been open 3 years now.
3 years?
Yeah.
Congratulations. So why did you decide to create a brewery out in those parts?
I found some water.
Yeah?
Yeah, water was coming out of the ground, and so it's an artesian spring. I know the value of water when it comes to making beer, so the first thing I did was stick my face in it and taste it.
Really?
And then I thought, wow, you know what, I think it's a good place to put a brewery. So,
okay, I think we have a shot of the spring as well.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Look, that looks as fresh and as clean and clear as you can get from a spring. So we're going to talk about that even in more detail coming up in moments, but you are taking part in this Pakenham Maple Run Tour. Now, why is it important for you to be there?
It's important for us because actually the Maple Run Tour is a great draw for tourists to the area, and because Pakenham is always a nice place to visit, but then there's just an added bonus when there's lots of stops full of artists to check out. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to be showcasing 3 different artists at your brewery.
Yes.
Do you know which artists will be there at this point?
Yeah. So the artists, there's details in the pamphlets that are handed out about the Maple Run Tour, but there's a canvas artist that does acrylics on canvas. Barb was there last year, and she was very well, she's renowned in the area, so that's great. There was also a potter, and he does some pretty awesome stoneware. And this year, new to the group, Mike Desrochers is going to do some. He's bringing his kiln, and he's making some. He's a blacksmith, so he's going to do iron things.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
blacksmith at a brewery, and you'll also have a food truck.
Yeah, we have a food truck.
Helps.
That was
fun. Do you know
fun.
which type of food at this point yet? Is that
pretty fancy food truck? Yeah. They make some sauces with their beers, and
do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're in for a little treat there.
All right, you have a seasonal brew, and it's called the Maple Porter. So tell us what that's comprised of. I mean, it sounds like pretty self-explanatory. But
actually, it's not that simple.
No, okay.
We are in a sugar bush, so we're surrounded with maple trees, and I like to use the natural resources of the property, spring water, of course, being so close to the brewery. But the second thing that's pretty important is well, the sap. The sap was running, and I thought, well, it'd be interesting to do a seasonal brew using the sap instead of water. So even though we're very proud of our spring water, it's kind of fun to make one without any water at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it take longer then to make a brew?
It's
with
tricky
the
because nature dictates when I'm brewing, how much I'm brewing. I never know, right?
Yeah.
It depends on the weather. So this year's been exceptionally good. We managed to get the sap very early in February, actually. So the Maple Porter is actually ready already.
That's good. Yeah, early for sure. February seems early to be getting sap. Now, if you're not into beer per se, you have an alternative.
Yeah, well, I made the Maple Porter, and a couple of years ago, it was the maple tsunami year. So much maple sap, we didn't know what to do with. Okay. So I filled up my fermentation vessels, and then I decided to carbonate and bottle just the sap itself. At first, I thought I like the sap. It tastes great. With bubbles, it's even better. Yeah. And it's a natural energy product. It's a health drink that has minerals, antioxidants, and it's a great recovery drink after sports.
Okay. I thought you were going to say something else. Great recovery drink after a Friday night.
Well,
after you hang out at the Pakenham Maple Run Tour for too long. Can I try this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
sure.
It sounds like something that I would really enjoy. So this is the carbonated maple sap option. All right.
So it's basically just water out of a tree.
Okay.
Has minerals.
I'm not that thirsty, man.
Well,
Jeez, okay.
It looks better when the glass is full. I can't just.
I get you. All right, so we'll give this a taste. How long would it take then to put this together compared to the brew?
Oh, it's relatively quick.
Yeah.
I just have to collect it, which is most of the work. We run around on a little ATV, and
that's great. And you can taste. How long does it take to carbonate? What's the process that
takes a few days to carbonate to get the bubbles in there. But we have the equipment. We're a brewery.
Yeah, I can imagine you do have the equipment. Now, it's so important for you to be environmentally friendly. That's something that you have a strong mandate with when it comes to your brewery.
It's, we're very close to the springs, 15 meters away.
Yeah.
That's about as close as I've ever heard anybody put a brewery close to their source of water.
Yeah.
So with that came some very innovative process for setting up our own effluent treatment system and doing away with any chemicals in the brewery. So we don't use harsh detergents for cleaning our kettles. We use elbow grease, so basically scrub them clean.
Yeah.
And then we sanitize with free radical oxygens. It's unheard of in the industry, but it's extremely effective. And,
with the springs only being 15 meters away, I mean, is it difficult to get that water into the brewery? Like, what's the process that takes place?
So instead of having a big truck deliver the water, which happens at most breweries who use spring water, I just have a conduit that goes to the spring and suck it in.
I'm picturing all of you just going down with big buckets.
Buckets.
just walking back up to the brewery. Okay, so tell us how people can get more involved in this Pakenham Maple Run Tour. What are the hours, the dates? We already know.
So the dates are the Saturday and Sunday, and the hours are from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. That's when the artists are going to be displaying their wares. The brewery itself is open on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's every week. But we're also catering a lot to groups and tours and stuff. So basically just call me and figure out if a time fits for your group.
And as far as the Pakenham Maple Run Tour is concerned, I mean, you don't have to have physical tickets. It doesn't cost anything.
No, it's a free event, so you can tour around and visit multiple destinations.
Sounds good. Can we cheer to the carbonated maple sap?
All right, cheers.
That's what we do here on Daytime. We drink carbonated maple sap from time to time. And it is quite tasty. csbeer.ca for more on your great brewery called the Cartwright Springs Brewery. Thank you very much for being here.
Best
of luck on the weekend of April 7th and 8th. Let's talk about the Canadian Tulip Festival. We've got more details coming up on Daytime Ottawa.